All right, good morning. So hopefully have everybody had a good Monday. Monday was pretty slow. Um, we did get some earnings on AMC, which we'll take a look at in a moment. So let's just go ahead and look at the index and see what's going on. SPY seems a little, a little dumpy, honestly. So I was seeing if we could at least get past this 441, and we're kind of back in getting closer to it again. So we might see a little bit of a pullback today. Um, it's very possible, and the biggest reason why I'm seeing that is, for one, we're kind of in the upper bands. Uh, the algorithm is showing sell-offs on the other chart over here. So not sell-offs, but just taking profits here. So there is a level of 441. Again, that's our support, 441. But if we do break that, then we might see 434. And we are showing, right now at least, a downtrend. So another way that you can kind of gauge what SPY is doing is you can look at the VIX, and I'm talking about VXX, not VIX. So VXX is more of a note, for how traders or investors look the at the VIX futures, um, which basically is like the inverse, or they say is like they're buying against the ETF of spiders. So we like to look at it. So if SPY is going down, usually VIX is going up. So it's a good way that you can hedge, um, and play both sides. So you would hedge on VIX, or vice, or and you can make money while SPY is going down. So it's a pretty cool system. You just have to be very careful because it's very violent, and you could lose money quickly. But one level I'm looking at for VIX is this 28.19. I feel if we roll through here, we have this 28 range, and we are in the lower bands. One thing that's important, using the algorithms, is we have to pay attention when it gets into the lower bands. Again, it's just that whole probability of going up, and we could probably maybe might see a movement. So we can also kind of fast forward and see how far we could go up. We see 30 as another resistance range. So maybe it's just a short-term pop. We'll see. We'll see what these bigger meme stocks are supposed to be doing today, because I've been hearing about AMC and GameStop, and we'll get to those in a second. But basically, yeah, I'm looking at $30 would be resistance or a new support. As you can see, it did find the bounce though, so that is showing a little bit of divergence through here on this trend momentum. So a little bit of divergence through here. So I'm keeping an eye on that. I would say if it drops past 27.76, then we're going to see newer highs today on SPY. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. There is a little bit of information still on VIX. It does like to bounce off through here, especially in the yellow zones. So definitely something I'm looking at. So let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin struggled a little bit yesterday, getting up to did it get to 47? No. So it's struggling still a little bit. The whole day was kind of slow, so it was a little bit back and forth. It's always best to try to get in those entries, so you don't have to worry about these kind of slow movement days where you're getting emotional into the trade because of your entry was really poor. So it's really important to just make sure your entries are good, um, so you don't run into that. But Bitcoin's kind of looking very similar to SPY. If you look at these bands here and then you switch to SPY, they're very similar looking, they're sort of in the red, sort of having resistance in both of those levels, which, we can see if it does go up previous level. See, we're kind of in a squeeze because even the previous level through this deviation right here, it would have to break through this first. So we are seeing a little squeeze happening. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little pullback from Bitcoin today. Obviously, key levels is 43,687. That would be, a more significant pullback, maybe down back to 39,000, and of course our lowest is 33,000. So always numbers that you want to, uh, keep an eye on just in case we do go back down. So let's just take a look at AMC. It had good earnings yesterday, which, again, it doesn't matter. And usually, good traders are not buying this zone right here. Sometimes what happens is a lot of retail traders see these zones through here, and they feel, since it's going to try to retest this high, which it's always possible, but it's better to try to get into the lower bands. It's always better to try to get the best entry if you can. When there's more traders seeing the same levels, that's usually when it goes the opposite. So, I try to keep that to the group as well. Just that we can't. Our expectations isn't always realistic ones. So we just have to keep that in mind and stay humble when we trade. So key levels for this is 33.63. If we break past that, then we're going to see lower lows from the previous one, which would not be pretty for anybody who's doing a longer time hold or bought the dip through here. That would not be pretty at all. So if we do get through this this resistance here at 38, I see a profit level at 46. I think we might see a major move up, either past 51. And I was even talking to the guys yesterday. If this thing really wants to set off, then that's if it goes completely parabola, then we could probably see 64. Again, this could take time to build, and it really depends on what SPY is going to do. The rest of the market's going to do. If the market's kind of bullish or bearish today, then we might not see that much movement from AMC. So something to keep on. These are my levels, though. This is what I like to see right now. About these levels again, 46. That's definitely a high level. Pretty. I would even say 40 is a more of a better expectation, just because AMC can be a fast mover sometimes. So $44 is a good level to take profit. Let's go to Peloton, or what is this? ᶦⁿᵈᶦᵜᵃ Technologies. I keep mixing the two up. So you can see I put some levels here already. We have 2291. We break that. It's going to retest this 2280. Let's see if the other algos are saying anything similar. Sometimes you get a little zigzag on these algos because they're not reading, because there's not enough data. This one's actually reading. We got 23, and we are testing a trend. So we're testing a trend. Just because we've already, if you would have bought through here, you kind of got into a better entry. So we're testing to see if this entry is going to keep going up. We see that resistance at 23.24. Doesn't really necessarily matter if you're a long-term holder about the pennies. Well, not necessarily, but it's for me, it's all about accuracy and precision, and that's what the algos are reading is that precision. So of course I'm just going to read them off the way I see it. You could round out to say 23 is maybe the main support for PLTR. But it doesn't hurt anything putting your keeping those numbers in mind too, because those are areas that the algorithms did see some resistance or support at. 24.12, I guess that's a pretty decent area to take profit. It looks like it blew up through here though. Anytime you see the bands kind of separating, there's usually a little bit of a pullback first, so the bands can connect back together. Um, this is just more of just trying to get the deviations back, or the price back to an average. The market makers usually do this. This can usually happen with a correction, or not a correction, a pullback, and that usually will smooth the bands back to normal. I saw BYND on the scanner last night. It does have a lot of upside, but again, it is in the red band, so we do have to, the entry would have been better down here, sort of thing. So a lot of these continual trends, a continuation trend is a okay, as long as your entry was good. Sometimes if you see these trends going, you hear about it, you might be too late, and you get into the worst position ever, and that's the top. And people who buy the top and it starts going down immediately can really just crush your soul. So no soul crushing today. So we're going to keep those numbers simple. 128.86. If it breaks below that, get out of it. Set an alert here. It's if you have a TradingView account, it's really easy. You can just set an alert, draw a horizontal line, and just right click that line and set an alert to it. So really simple. 128.86. Square was mentioned in my group. We're going to take a look at it. It's kind of doing the same. It is showing a little bit more of a downtrend though, so I would not be surprised if we break down and retest this 271, 270, or 266 is the level I'm more focused on right now. I want to see if we go back down, and if we do, 254 would probably be a better entry for Square. If we break above 288.56 though, then we can get into the higher, the all-time highs at most likely 390, and then 300, so on and so forth. So it really just depends on how much volatility we have today in the market, and if Square's going to react to it or not. And then the last one is GameStop. GameStop is again a little lower than AMC. It hasn't got much as attention as AMC. It did have a little pop up this morning at $2, about $3 move. So that is something to take definitely take a look at, if you can get a decent entry. I do have these levels here. Of course, obviously the 138.93. If you break below that, then we're going to see this continuation downtrend. So right now, guys, we're still in a downtrend, and we're just looking at that because we're still not breaking previous highs. So to break the previous high, we would have to at least get past this blue line right here. So once we get past that, then we're going to see an actual reversal, and then possibly a bullish continuation. So that's something I'm taking a look at as well. So the gap up, or the little pop up this morning, could be people or traders taking profit off the AMC earnings. So we'll just have to see. We'll have to watch this 155.06, or we'll just say 155. If it breaks below that, it's probably a good idea to get rid of it. You could even put 150 down there, but I would still say 155. 189 conservatively. If you get past 186, let's put it that way. Then we'll start seeing those higher highs again, and again, like I said, probably get out of this bearish trend that we're in right now. So keep an eye on those levels today. Again, I'm gonna keep watching, seeing what SPY is doing. If I see anything big, of course I'm going to upgrade the community. And you're probably wondering how you get in that community. It's pretty simple. Just click the link below. Join in, say hi, what's up. If you like everything you're seeing, become a member, and you can see these numbers. You can see these levels with the algorithms that we provide you, and that's really the important thing, is for you to have that mindset and not go in there blindly in your trades. So, or rely on, human bias, because that can get you in trouble as well. So yeah, go ahead and join. And of course, hit the subscribe and the notification bell, and I'll see you tomorrow.